looks good, right here. Yeah, yeah, right here is black. Not showing any picture over here.
Just try to move over there real quick. Cause it ain't showing. I think that might be our best bet. Just tell me what you see.
Still black screen.
Still black screen.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you hear me?
Yeah.
Just no screen yet.
Hold like that up. Go through my phone.
It's not showing like the watching thing up here either
Oh,
though.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you good? All right, cool. Let's get on that. All right, you ready?
Uh,
All right. Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Ba'ashim,
Ba'ashem,
Yahawashi,
Yahawashi,
Shalak,
Shalak,
La,
La,
Nawah,
Nawah,
Ha,
Ha,
Rakha,
Rakah,
Shaw,
Shaw,
Yahawashi,
Yahawashi,
La,
La,
Dabar,
Tabar,
Amathka,
Amatka,
Ba,
Ba,
Kudash,
Kodash,
Saparka,
Saparka,
Wa,
Wa,
Halaza,
Alaza,
Lanawa,
Lana, Wa,
Ma,
Ma,
Kal,
Kal,
Rayam,
Rayam,
Hazah,
Hazah,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Bashim,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahawashi,
the water,
the water,
Aman,
Aman. All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, before we get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory to
Yahawah, Bashim,
Yahushua,
Yahushai, Bashim,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash.
All right, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. All right, peace and safety, to the hopeful elect. All right, and you know, all right, and today's lesson is the underdog story, man. All right, we're gonna go into the scriptures and show how the Lord deals with the meek, the lonely. All right, the underdog, the one that's the black sheep of the family. All right, the ones that the world or people never counted to to be victorious, man. All right,
That's right.
that's right. Well, we're gonna get some scriptures, and Lord willing, to be edifying to whomever may be watching. All right,
All right, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, verse 1. It says, wisdom lifted up the head of him that is of a low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men.
that's right. So wisdom, all right, lifted up a man that is low, man, a man that is that uh, that's pretty much an underdog, man. All right, the Lord lifts him up, all right, in wisdom to sit amongst great men. All right, to what? To show the power of Yahawah Shemiah Shai. Right,
And that's like it on to the elect. I got one to back you up.
right.
This is Psalms 136, and I'm gonna start at 22. It says, even in heritage, even in heritage unto Israel his servant, for his mercy endureth forever. Verse 23, who remembereth us in our low estate, who remembereth us in our low estate, for his mercy endureth forever.
That's right. So the Lord remember us in our lower state, man. All right, and what He lifted and through that lower state, it makes you humble, and what? That's how the Lord ultimately deals with you. You know. All right. I had one also. If you was
You got
finished.
it, yeah.
All right. Just backing up that That's Sirach 11:1. It says, this is Ecclesiastes 8:1. And it says, who is a wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. So the wisdom which cometh from Yahawah Sham Yahawashi causes a man's face to shine, you know, and that man is humble. The more responsibilities, the more the more high position that you're in, the more that you have to be humble. All right, and especially when coming from a lower state, man. You gotta remember where you came from, ultimately. All
Ooh,
right,
I got you one.
all right,
All right. This is Sirach, chapter 3, verse 18. The greater thou art, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor, the title of the lesson,
yeah,
favor before the Lord.
that's right. So the greater thou art, the more humble you should be, because you come to the realization or the understanding that it's not of yourself, that you just didn't wake up to the truth, that the Lord opened up your eyes, Yahweh shall open up your mind to the truth, so you got to remain humble, man, in those high positions. The more knowledge that you get, as an example to other brothers on how to be. All right.
Yeah, you had more on that.
That's
You
it.
want to get that word shine,
Yeah.
and that
Shine and
yeah,
which
and
one
the
was it?
last one you just read.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wisdom shall make a
Con,
man
con, con.
Ecclesiastes. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at 1 because just backing the brother up, it said you'll be favored by the Lord, and that's the title of the lesson. We're underestimated by the world, but we're favored by Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. How are we favored by Yahawah Shem Yahawashi? Because the works that we do are committed to Yahawah Shem Yahawashi in His name. All right, we've seen it in our daily walks. We've been fully persuaded in this truth, man. To know that it's gonna come with living an underdog lifestyle. It's gonna come with taking all the losses. All right, but ultimately to get that victory, like it speaks of in the book of Revelations, the elect, they that gotten that victory over the beast, man. That's the ultimate victory, man. We're gonna receive on this side, man. But ultimately, we're going to get the kingdom of heaven. But to get that victory over this charagma and not take this charagma, man, all right, and stand for the will of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi and not this world and bow down, that's a victory, man, over this place. You got it, huh?
All right, so it's the definition of shine. All right, in Ecclesiastes 8:1, it says to be or become light, shine, to become light, to shine, to become bright, to be illuminated, to become uh, lighted up. All right, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, one more time.
All right, it says to be enlightened. It says to be illuminated, Shalakia, to
Right.
become.
Enlightenment. And we're illuminated on the right hand side as the elect, man. All right. Which we go into that word Lucifer being that light bearer, that's likened onto Esau Edom on the left hand side, man. He's enlightened on the left hand side. All right. Us as the sons of God, the sons of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're enlightened on the right hand side. And just as Esau is getting his portion of rulership right now, we're getting our portion of a low degree, a low estate. All right. Being that underdog, taking all the losses, man. That's the scene, that's the role we're playing right now. Somebody's getting all the wins. If we're getting all the losses, right, we're the underdog, and somebody has to be the one that's expected by everybody else to win, and that's Esau Edom,
Right.
because when we go on the underdog is the odds are against them.
Yeah.
They're expected by everybody just to lose, to drop out of the race, even, man. All right. So if that's liking on to us, then who's the favoring from this world? That's Esau Edom, man. We got favor from the Lord. You got it up.
All
And
right.
I got one just to back you up, and you got it. All right. It says, this is the book of, let's see, I'm going to start at. Salakia, bear with me, I can.
Con, cause like the
I
brother.
got it right here.
All right.
It's Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Yahawashi is speaking. It says, "Ye are the light of the world." You speaking to the elect, man. All right, the house of Israel, out of the nation of Israel. We read that in Psalms 136. All right, that inheritance, that portion is for Israel, man. All right. So Yahawashi was speaking on to the Israelites. It says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." You see, you got it up.
Right. So
And shine.
yeah, that Sean, like the brother said, you have the left hand side and you have the right hand side. All right. The left hand side is greatly favored. All right. People, go to him for what? People look at lawyers and doctors and scientists as people uh, uh, um, who has all this great knowledge because they went to school, all right, and got a
Yeah, the
degree.
wisdom of the world.
Yeah, they got a degree in those particular areas, and they esteem those people words higher than someone that is of a lower state. They would think, they would base and look at you, at your clothes or whatever the case may be, a statue of you, how tall you are, whatever the case may be,
Yep,
and
the
say you
outward
don't know,
appearance. Yep.
and say you don't really know anything. They expect somebody to be, you know, dressed up in a,
Right, right.
yeah, dressed,
Three-piece suit just
yeah,
come with the attire of the world, man. We
right,
don't come with the attire of the world. We come with the attire of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, man. Forget these, forget these clothes, man. All right. This is jail clothes.
right,
We want heavenly attire, man, and that's gonna come with being an underdog, like the brother said. But ultimately, knowing that through wisdom we're gonna shine. All right. Through this thing of ours, all right. Through the brotherhood, we're gonna shine. But it says, you got it, bro. Verse 15, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it give it light unto all that are in the house.
that's right. So this light, this wisdom and understanding, gives light to all those who are of a lower state, man, who are also underdogs as well.
Mm.
All right, and it causes them to shine. It causes them to want to come out and preach the word and do the word.
Right, right.
You know,
Hey, and they got a saying. The saying is what? How do you how does a glow stick shine, right? You gotta crack it,
mm,
right? You gotta shake it up. And ultimately that's likened onto a lick. The most high is doing that because the most high is gonna be the ultimate gainsayer, convincer, redeemer of us in this world, man. He sees what we go through. He's putting us in that underdog state so we can ultimately get the victory, the biggest victory, not just a basketball game championship or not just an NFL ring, man. We're talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. We're talking about incorruptible bodies. We're talking about heavenly bodies, man. Glory, eternal. And ultimately, not even just that, the ability to rule and have dominion in that capacity, in those heavenly bodies, as the first fruits, man. But this is backing you up. This is Psalms 113, and I'm gonna start at 7, just backing up that Sirach 11 and 1. I'll read Sirach 11 and 1 again. It says, "Wisdom lifted up the head of him that is of low degree, and maketh him to sit among great men." This is Psalms 113 and 7. It says, "He raised up the poor out of the dust, and lifted the needy out of the dunghill, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people."
that's right. So the Lord takes, the lowest of the low, man. People who the world would have never thought or looked at as to be a king or a ruler in this world,
That's right.
or in this time. You know, that's how the Lord deals. Look, Esau, the Lord took Esau, which was a
Man.
brute beast, low, like very, very low, that a man wouldn't even let, lay with the flock of his dogs, and raised him up to have what? All this knowledge, wisdom, and
Yep.
understanding, to show the power of him,
Yep.
And
Yep.
why can't he do that with, the elect, or with, anybody else for that matter? You know,
That's right, bro. I got one.
all right,
You check and see how we doing on one.
got you,
This is First Samuel 2, and I'm gonna start at 6, just backing up that last one we read. This is First Samuel in the book of Psalms 113:7. This is 1 Samuel 2:6. It says, "The Lord killeth," and this is the lot of an underdog. This is the lot of the elect. All right here. What is about to read? Okay, it says, "The Lord killeth and maketh alive; He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up." And that's ultimately the mystery of the Lord. The Lord chooses who He just deems as evil, who He deems as good. It tells you that in Romans. It says, "Before the children had done any good or evil, all right, it was written, Jacob have I loved it, Esau have I hated." Man. So the Most High controls good and evil, life and death. It says, "He raiseth up the poor," or the lowly, the house of Israel, "out of the dust," out of what? That confused state of mind. All right? By doing what? Putting that breath into us. The wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. All right? Charity, brotherhood, alms, man. All right? Mercy, faith. Okay? It says, "And lifted up the beggar from the dunghill." Ooh, the beggar, man. Lazarus and the rich man. All right? Nation of Israel being likened unto Lazarus. All right? The rich man, Esau, Edom, man. All right? The beggar, right? It says, "From the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory." Now we got to think, okay, well, if this is the underdog story, it's saying that the Lord is going to get us from out of the dust, lift us out from amongst the dunghill as a beggar, then set us among princes,
Right.
all right, and make us inherit glory.
Yeah.
What type of power is this?
Right.
Yahawah
Right.
Shem Yahawashi, man. You know, man.
Yeah, we good, brother.
What type of power is this, man? It's Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, man. All right, He raised it up the low and bring them up. All right, just as He take the high and pull them down, man. It says, "And make them inherit the throne of glory, for the pillars of the earth are the Lord's." Ooh, the elect, man. The pillars of the earth, man.
Yeah.
All right, the pillars in that temple. We're the Lord's, man. The Lord has chosen us, man. All right. He made us suitable to build. All right, suitable to add on to that foundation, man. Yahawashi Mashiach being the chief cornerstone.
Right.
It says, "For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and He has set the world upon them." Woo, man. That's why I said, "Ye are the light of the world."
Exactly.
A city that is set up on a hill can't be hid. We're on that hill, man. All right, the Most High is going to make it manifest that, okay, well, to your surprise, to your conviction, these underdogs, with point 0.5 seconds in the fourth quarter, they're gonna hit that buzzer beater, man. All
Yeah.
right, and the crowd goes wild. Yes, man, we're gonna get that victory, man, over this
Yeah.
place. All right, over this image, man, because we're gonna overcome it with the image of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. But it says now it's gonna identify those pillars of the earth, and it's gonna identify those that were poor that were in the dust. It says, verse 9, "He will keep the feet of His saints." He will keep the feet of His saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. You see, the Lord is going to keep the feet of His saints, meaning that He's going to protect us, man. All right, the Lord is gonna sustain us and make us stable, man. Keep our feet means you what? If you
Stand
got
on
your,
your toes.
that's right. You
That's right.
stable, man. You can't be moved. You that pillar.
Yep.
But it says, "He will keep the feet of His saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness."
Man.
Man, for by
Yeah.
strength shall no man prevail. You got it, all right?
Yeah, man. So, hey, I actually want to get a definition of underdog.
You got it.
All right. So this is the definition of underdog. It says a competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or contest.
Wow.
All right. It says we go into this game as the underdogs, as the example, in a sentence, man. All right. And we're into this world, man. We're in this world, and we're counted as, the underdog, man. We know that, we're gonna face these different things are gonna come. They're gonna persecute us. They're gonna say this, that, and the third. That's the underdog story. But at the end of the day, of all of that comes towards us, we're gonna be victorious, man. We're gonna be the ones that never thought that we would have won, even though they plastered our face on the news, put us in,
Persecuted us,
yeah, killed some
gave
of us,
us up to these judges,
yeah,
these higher up authorities, these political agencies, man. Because that time is coming.
yeah,
But ultimately, you don't put any fear in our hearts, man.
yeah,
All right, we're going to go for the name of Yahawah Sham, man. The good of all us all, man. Because that pillar is not gonna be moved. Like the scripture said, he will keep the faith of his saints. And then it tells you, the scriptures tell you those that we're gonna get that, those that stood so stiffly. Because in order to be an underdog, you have to be patient to know, hey man, the odds is against me.
Yeah.
All right. You expected to just take this L and just
Right.
die off
Yeah. Gotta take my
and just
time.
go away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you gotta know, hey man, don't get nerve wracked, don't get nervous. Sustain yourself. All right, have a balance. Be temperate.
Yeah.
You had some more?
Uh. Yeah. I got one.
All
I
right.
got. I got a quick. Just a little bit more on that definition. It says a person who has little status in society.
Mm.
And that's our people. Our people have a low status in society. They look at it as the downtrodden, the byword. You know, um, the basically like the dredge of society. You know, like the lowest of the low. You
Yeah.
know, like that's the reason why when the Israelites or when we come out and we say well, we the greatest people on earth, they have a problem with that because like how can you possibly be anything? Look at the condition of your people. Like look at your men, look at your women, look at your
Yeah.
children are disorderly, so forth and so on. You know, but I got a precept. This
You
is
got it.
Deuteronomy 6 and 7. Let's see, 6 and you can go with yours, Rock, until I find it.
Hey, and this is backing you up. Huh? This is Lamentations 2 and 15, because like you said, our people are looked at as the underdog throughout the earth, man. All right? The elect, we live the lives of an underdog. We're actually living it, all right, from the beginning. But our people are looked at as just the counted out, all right, the byword, the proverb, and that's part of the curses. But this is Lamentations 2 and 15. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? And and like we brought out earlier, it said, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set upon a hill cannot be hid. So that's likened onto the elect, but overall, the house of Israel, all right, we're counted out, man.
Yeah,
We're looked at as, man, is this the city? Is this the people that the Lord chose? All right. These people that they can't even keep jobs. They
yeah,
can't even add to the society. Like what they call us in the court system, they deem us as what? Nuisances.
yeah,
All right.
right. Minister
Minister
society.
society. You know,
Yeah,
that was deemed on Jake, man. That was put on our people due to the curses, man.
right.
But ultimately, that contributes to the underdog story, to being counted out. All right, to being thought of nothing, because at a moment of the twinkling of the eye, like the scriptures tell you, that's the lot of an underdog. The
Right.
moment, that twinkling of the eye,
Yep,
you overcome all those things.
yep,
You defeat the narrative, man.
yep. Last minute,
Yep,
I got one.
you got it.
All right, this is the one I was looking for. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Well, yeah, verse 6. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." It says, "The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people." So that goes into showing you that the Lord is not about, numbers. He's not about,
Mm.
somebody who's like, a great statue, like stocky, tall,
Yeah,
his outward
right.
appearance, what he looks like, what he has on, so forth and so on, man. The Lord looks at the spirit, man. He saw something within the spirit of Israel. All right. But that's it on that up.
Yeah. All right, I got you a quick one. This is just going into that whole being in that lower state or a low degree. This is Job 36 and 7. It says 36 and 6. It says, he preserveth not the life of the wicked, He preserveth not the life of the wicked, but give it right to the poor. Like the brother said, those of low degree, those that they might not look like they got something, but spiritually they got everything, man. That the Lord needs, right,
Right.
to deal with them. All right, to and that's the basically the whole moral of the lesson we're going into, Wisdom of Solomon 11 chapter, man. The Lord deals with the ones of low degree, man. All right, those of a low estate, the poor, the lowly, the meek, like he was bringing out. It says, "He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne." It says, "He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings they are on the throne. He doth establish them forever, and they are exalted." You see, those of low degree, he put them on the throne with kings, man. And that's,
Right.
man, what a
Yep.
power we serve.
Yep. And
You
also,
got it, huh?
yeah, and ultimately that power is going to be, when they bring it to the gates of the nobles, you know, when they bring it to the gates of the nobles, where we have this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, it's going to over trump, whatever they come up and say against us, man, because it's of the word of the Lord. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. I have let's see. This is First Corinthians. Oh, you want to get back into the rock?
If you had it real quick,
All right, yeah, yeah.
then we can get back into it.
All right, this is First Corinthians 1:25. It says because of the foolishness of Yahawah is wiser than men, and the weakness of Yahawah is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. So the people that are esteemed in this society as high, those people aren't called on. The Lord doesn't deal with them. The Lord doesn't
All right.
consider them because
That's
they're
the
pride.
mystery of the Lord. Yep.
Yeah, they're very prideful because they're already getting, praises from the world, man.
Yep.
They don't think that nobody can tell them nothing. Like that guy that came up that time when we was at camp. From that guy was he said, "Oh, I read it all. I read the Bible
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and
yeah,
forth."
yeah, yeah.
He was
He
like,
said, "I know that. I know that.
"Yeah, yeah,
Where you at? Oh, that. Oh, I know that. I've been knowing that." But
con,
he, in all actuality, he didn't know anything, and that's a good example, huh?
exactly."
Yeah.
All right. It says, "But God have chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise," and we confounded him, man. All right, we was willing to go into the scripture and say, "Look, we can show you this and show you that, you know, that this is how it actually is."
Right.
But that's the reason why the Lord's not dealing with them because He didn't want to hear it. The Lord's not dealing with those type of people.
Yep.
It
And
said,
he ended up basically just blowing up and walking away, man,
yeah,
because he couldn't handle it. Like what they say in court, you can't handle the truth,
right, right,
and he just walked away, man.
yeah.
You got it out.
And it says, "And God have chosen the weak things of this world to confound the things which are mighty." So those type of people, those type of doctors or whoever the lawyers or whoever is called the so-called lawyer in this world, you know, when they come up and oppose their thoughts on us, we're able to, confound them through the word and tell them the correct way about going about things
Yeah.
according to this book,
Yep.
you know?
Because we got our main counselor, according to Isaiah 9:6.
Yeah,
It says, "Mighty Counselor, Prince of Peace," right? Yahawashi.
right? It,
That's right.
it says, "And base things of the world and things which are despised
Mm.
have God chosen. Yeah, and things which are not to bring to naught things that are." So you see,
So the
that,
Lord made this society like it is, man,
yeah,
to confound certain things, to really bring out this truth, man, to get rid of all the lies, man, and that truth could ultimately prevail, and it's about to prevail, man, through that underdog story,
yeah,
all right, which is the story of the elect, man, which was ultimately the story of Yahawashi, because we walk in the path of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, man,
yeah,
to the kingdom, all right, being counted out, being despised as naught. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Being taken up, and we're gonna have to endure that fiery trial, man. I got you one up. This is Wisdom of Solomon. Also, like this is Sirach 11:2. It says, "Commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance."
That's right. So commend not a man for his beauty. All right, he wearing these beautiful suit, three-piece suits.
Right,
He
right.
got some gator shoes on.
He drive a nice Corvette,
Yeah, yeah.
little
He,
red Corvette.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
He got a nice car, nice house. Surely the Lord must be dealing with this man,
right.
you know. But no,
He
he
don't
is.
even believe.
Yeah, yep. He don't even believe,
He
man.
not just. He's the overdog.
Right.
I guess that'd be the other side of the underdog, the overdog, man. He's the one that's expected to win.
Yeah.
He's winning out here, taking all the wins. That's why I'm gonna get it real quick after I read this one. This is First Samuel 16:7. It says, "But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord Yahawah seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord Yahawah looketh on the heart."
Right. So that even goes for like everyday. Not even speaking about just you know um, those people that are in the church houses, so-called pastors or bishops. Pastors or bishops or whatever. Even just your regular Joe Smo, like Jake. Like they look at you like if they look at your shoes or your clothes, and they be like, man, this guy ain't nobody. He's some he's just like the rest of these guys out here, man. But not knowing within us, within our mind, that we have this truth, that we have this knowledge,
Right.
something precious, you know. But yeah, you got it. You
Hey, and just to back you up, because the reason that they look at us and they say, "Man, oh, he don't have a lineup. Look at his shoes. Look at what he's driving," and they don't understand that the Lord willing be dealing with us, is because they weigh in the circumstance by the ways of the world. They're weighing it on a worldly scale. They're not weighing it spiritually. They're not saying, "Okay, well, the Lord says, according to the scriptures, that you don't judge a man by his outward appearance. You judge him by his mind or his heart." They're judging it by, well, you know what? This world says, America says, this society says, man, you can tell a lot about a man by the shoes he got on, by the car he drives, by the job he has. You know what I mean? By the money in his
yeah,
bank account. That's what this world promotes, man. The Lord don't deal like that. It's 1 Corinthians 1:19. For it is written, you got it,
all right,
for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
that's right. So basically, man,
That's heavy. The Most High
yeah,
the Most High, Yahawah Shai, underestimate this world, man.
right,
The Lord upsets this world, man, for us. All right, we don't get upset by this world. The Lord is ultimately going to upset this world for us, man. I'm gonna read it again. It says 1 Corinthians 1:21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. Right. So by us going out on the highways and byways, prophesying and judging this place, all right, and condemning it for what it is, we show forth that this place, they don't know the Most High, man. It's wicked.
exactly,
All right. It's going to be judged. It's going to be weighed in a like you have two sides of judgment, guilty and not guilty. It's going to be found guilty, man. It says, for by the world, by wisdom, knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Now, why the Most High said by the foolishness of preaching? Because to this world, to this society, preaching is foolishness.
yeah,
It's dumb. Oh, you look crazy. And what comes with preaching, or what comes with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, what comes with the word, looks off to them, looks off to the society. Oh, he don't have a lineup. They don't know we rehearsing the righteous acts. Oh, he don't eat this, he don't eat that, he don't celebrate this, he don't celebrate that. They don't know we're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability in this captivity. That's what the underdog story is. Oh, you don't know what I'm really capable of. You just judging me because you might have a nice jersey on, right? Or you might have a nice headband on, right? Or you might have some nice Nike socks that come up to your ankles, but you ain't got no jump shot, man. You can't shoot free throws. You can't do layups, man. You can't pass, most importantly, you know? So the Most High is putting us in that arena to where we got the pieces to the puzzle. We just got to be patient. And that's the theme of an underdog. He patient, he waiting. In that moment, he knows with all his faith, all his might, he's going to go forward towards that goal and give it all he can, man. You got it up.
All right. Right. This is let's see. This is Sirach. This is Sirach 13:23. It says, "When a rich man speaketh, every man hold his tongue, and look what he saith." You know. So with a rich man, when somebody is up some type of status in this world, maybe they famous, or maybe they have money. You know, they look at their words as like they esteem them up. You know, they trust in them. It says again, it says, when a rich man speaketh, every man hold his tongue. Oh, hold up, look, he's about to speak. You know, like look at, like he got all this, he got this money, he got these clothes, he got this house, this car. He must have some type of wisdom on how to get these things. So they're intrigued to try to listen to what he says. But it says, and look what he had to say. Shalaki, and look what he said.
Yeah. Can you start at 22 up?
All right.
Michelle?
Hold on 1 second.
You start at 21. No, it was the same chapter you was in, brother.
Yeah, but I was
Oh, okay, come.
got you right. 18 and 22. All right. This is verse 22. It says, when a rich man falleth, he have many helpers.
He's favored
Yeah.
in this world. He has many helpers. Everybody will help him out. Hey, get back up. You need anything? What you need? I'm at your service.
Right.
Right? He's favored. But in this world though, that poor man,
Man,
he
that's so
fall. He
true.
don't get no helpers.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? You want to speak? You got it, bro.
Hey, man, that's so true. That's so of a truth, man. It says, when a rich man falleth, all right, he have many helpers, man. All right, because he has that status, man. He has that outward, that look, you know.
Start from 21, Baba Kushai.
All right,
Baba Kushai.
all right. It says, yeah, this is Sirach 13 and 21. A rich man, uh, beginning beginning to fall, is held up of his friends.
Beginning to fall. He ain't even fall yet. He about to fall.
Yeah, God, dog.
Wait. Don't trip.
Right.
Hey, man, I was just
Got you,
leaning
bro.
back to get comfortable in my chair, man.
Yeah.
I don't need you to help me. That's how a rich man lives,
Right.
right? Always got helpers around. That poor man, he can't. He's needy
That's
in this
absolutely
society.
true.
He's needy in
Yeah.
this society, but he had help from the Father that rich man can't see. You got it up.
Yeah, it says, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends.
Being down.
Yeah.
You down already. You gonna kick me while I'm down?
Right.
But you supposed to be my friend. That's hell upon hell, man. You got it.
It says, right. It says, it says, when a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. Right. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him.
Yeah,
So
man.
he could say something wicked, but just because he looked the part,
He got a bunch of yes
you
men
got a
around.
bunch of yes people around
Yeah,
him, man.
man. Do that. Hey, oh yeah, that sounds good, man. Whatever you want, you do it.
Right.
You got it.
It says the poor man slippeth, and yet they rebuke him too.
Yeah, get on them.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you molding wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like it on tough being that under. What? That's
Yeah.
That underdog, man. That's that underdog definition.
Yep, 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 yep.
Against against all odds. All odds are against you.
Try to make you an offender.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah, yep. It says, he spake wisely and could have no peace.
His words don't hold weight. Could
Right.
have no place. Could have no place.
Yep.
Read it one more time.
It says he spake wisely and could have no place.
Could have no place, man. His words don't
Right.
hold it. They don't hold any value.
Yep. Even though the things that he said may have, like, even though he said the things that he said, they don't have no weight because he ain't dressed the part or he don't have this,
Yeah.
that, and the third by society's terms.
Or even
Yep.
have no place by our ideas get extorted and taken by Esau, man.
Right.
He'll
That too.
take our ideas. That way we have no place. Oh, that's but you plagiarized that from us, man. You stole our identity, man. So we're gonna get it back and get that ultimate victory, man. Over this image, over the society. You got it, huh?
It says, God. It says, when a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet many men justify him. The poor man slippeth, and yet they rebuke him too. They spake wise. He spake wisely, and could have no place. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man hold his tongue, and look what he had to say. It says, and look what he had. Look what he said. They exalt it to the clouds.
Right, because they blinded by money. They blinded by worldly favor.
Exactly.
Just because he's being favored in this world, his opinion is validated. No matter if it's BS, no matter if it's folly, no matter
Right.
if it's wickedness, no matter if it's abomination. Oh, he got money, he got status, he got rank, so he's right.
Right.
We ain't gonna tell him he's wrong. We don't want to mess up the money. We don't want to mess up our status, our rank.
Yeah. He may bless me with something. You
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. All right. So hey man, let's see. Yeah, that's it on that.
Yep. This is back in
All right.
Sirach chapter 11, verse 4. It says, verse 3, it says, the bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things. Oh, so the bee is counted out, man. But look at what the bee produces. You know,
Yeah.
it says her fruit is chief of sweet things, and that's likened unto the elect, man. We might be the so-called the bottom of the food chain, right? But look at our produce. Look at the apostles on down to the least of us. Look at the fruit, man, of the labor. Look at the name of the Lord, man. Look at the Lord dealing with us. So we're being made chief.
Little chop.
It's a little chop.
They can
All
hear
right.
us clearly though.
So it says, boast not of thy clothing and raiment. You got it. It says, boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden.
That's right. So don't bullshit. It says, boast not thyself, right, in the day of honor. All right. Stay of that hope, that low and
No, I'm going to read it again.
all right.
This is Sirach 11 and 4. Boast not of thy clothing
Okay.
and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden.
That's right. So, we don't boast of the things that we have, like other men do.
All right. It says, verse 5, many kings, Sirach 11 and 5, many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath worn the crown.
That's right. So basically, the ones that were basically the underdogs in the whole situation, the ones that people, they looked at the man that had, the best attire and different things like that, you know, compared to the man that was, didn't have much. All right, can you read that one more time again?
Sirach 11 and 4, boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor, for the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden. Many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of had worn the crown.
That's right. One that was never thought of wore the crown, man. All right. That's the elect. All right. That's the underdogs, man. That's the ones that the world counted out. They thought it strange that you're following these certain things and you change your life around. You know. So yeah.
Verse 6, many mighty men have been greatly disgraced, and the honorable delivered into other men's hands.
That's right. Because he is of a low estate, man. All right. So what they wanna shut him, man. They wanna bring
Yeah.
him down. You know.
Because we're in this captivity where we're powerless in this society,
Right.
right? So called. The odds are against us, police brutality, just some of the things that are common in America, man. Black on black crime, all right? Uh, our people killing each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cultural genocide, whatever they call it. That's just the odds against us, man.
Yep.
The poverty rate, abortion rate high, the graduation rate low, you know what I'm saying? Just the odds just totally against us, man. But it says, many mighty men have been greatly disgraced and the honorable delivered into other men's hands. And the scriptures tell you in Lamentations, it says, we are watched for a nation that cannot save us, man. They hunt our steps in the street. Our end is near, man. All right? They're waiting to deliver us up to the judge, to the court system, man. But Lord willing, Shalom, Yahawashi Yahshua.
Shalom.
Lord willing, we do what? We maintain and keep up this underdog story, because when you are underdog, man, you gotta wait your turn. You gotta wait for that moment to give your all. And we're waiting for that moment to um, righteously be made blameless in the Lord, man. And lay it all on the line for the Lord if we have to. But it says, Sirach 11:7, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. And that's just a part of us being lowly as well, man. Just having that balance, all right, being put through all this hell and slavery to know, hey, we gotta put certain discretion on and watch our words, man. Watch the things we say. We're walking amongst our enemies that want to devour us. All right? Like the Lord says, think not to say what in that day. And the Lord also says, a soft answer turneth away wrath.
Right. Yeah.
You know. And then there's one that it basically says that agree with thine adversary quickly. You
Yeah.
know, lest he be in the way with thee and offer thee up. So the Lord gives us ways to deal with things, man, that we come up against. All right. You got it. It says, verse 9, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sitteth not in the judgment with sinners. Want to say anything on that? That's pretty plain. It
Yeah.
says,
Yeah.
strive not in the matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners.
Yeah.
My son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. That's right. So we want to do things that render us blameless, man. All right? An underdog can't just be like, you know what? Forget this, man. I just been catching L's. You gotta wait your turn. You gotta be patient, man. All right? You gotta turn like take some things on the chin sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about before the lesson. You gotta take some things and chunk it up, man, to the truth. But it says there's one that laboreth, and it's the point. Sirach 11:11. There's one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind.
Yeah. So that's one that labors and taking pains, man. All right, taking L's, taking the low. You know,
Going through it.
yeah, going through different things. Yeah. All right. And what's the other part of it? Out? It says,
And maketh haste, and is so much the more behind.
yeah, yeah. You want to speak on it?
Yeah, so much the more behind, man, because that's the lot of underdog. Remember the story of what's that called, the tortoise and the hare,
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
when the rabbit was
Was
just
beating them,
lapping him, lapping him, lapping. He was so much the more behind, right?
right?
He was so much behind, but the consistency and the mindset of I'm gonna get there on my time, it was basically was the Lord's time. You know what I mean? We're gonna get there on the Lord's time, and nevertheless, we're gonna make it there, and nevertheless, we're gonna have endurance. This rabbi kept lapping and lapping, but his mindset was, I already won. I already got it. I won the race already. There's no way this little turtle is gonna beat me, man.
Right.
There's no way this earthworm Jacob is gonna have
Yeah,
any
come up.
defense, man. Because the Lord calls us Jacob thy worm. A worm is defenseless, right? Seeming defenseless. You got nobody to come to your aid to cater to you. All right, you that poor man, right? But the rich man, he got everybody around him. He got all the defense. He got everybody supporting him. Everybody backing him.
Right.
But that's likened onto the elect, man, being that underdog. But it says, again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord look upon him for good and set him up from his low estate.
That's right. So the Lord, set man that from his lower state and esteem him high, man.
Yep.
You know, put him in a high, in a strong position. You know, to show his might, to show his power.
Yep. It
You
says
know,
it says again, there's another that is slow and have need of help. And that's
right.
like to us, man. We got this flesh restricting us,
Hey, man, brothers got speech impediments and infirmities and
stammering lips.
stammering lips,
Yep.
different things like
Thorns in the
that.
flesh.
Yeah, man. No breathing problems, this, that, and the third. But the fact of the matter is that through all that so-called, outward appearance and different things that we deal with in the flesh, the Lord's dealing with you, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Through all the infirmities, through all the impairments we deal with. That's just to show the world and make them be in that mindset to where we got him. We getting the victory over him. Look at him. Look at the state he's in. He's got all this holding him back. He's limping
right?
to the finish line. It don't seem
Yeah,
like he's gonna make it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
He's got one crunch. He's limping, but he's still going to the finish line. The odds are against him, man. But it says there's one again that is slow and had need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. That's the story. That's our daily lives, man. We need help.
uh,
We need the Lord. We full of poverty. We go through all type of situations that put us in financial jams, financial ruts. All right. Scriptures tell you we're subject to fines and payments of our forefathers. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah 10:1, I believe, it tells you he decree unrighteous decrees. So we got everything working against us. We got everything going against us, but we're still gonna win. So it says, yet the eye of the Lord look upon him for good and set him up from his low estate. Right? So it says he had wanted ability, full of poverty. So the Lord will take a man in that estate and bring him up, man, and still be dealing with him and love him before any other all these people that's winning, man. Let me get this real quick, huh?
yes, indeed.
Let me get it real quick. All right. Uh, Slovakia. This is Matthew 5:45. It says that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and send it rain on the just and on the unjust. You see, the
Uh,
Lord make it rain on the just and on the unjust, man. All right, but ultimately the just is going to get that victory because the unjust is at a what's the word I'm looking for? They're at a advantage, man. In this society, man, the wicked is at an advantage, man, because you go out, take a drive in your car. What are you going to see? Wickedness. You're not going to see signs that say um no pork here.
right.
You're not going to say signs that say this law strictly prohibits Christmas parades. You're not gonna see a sign that says a outlaw on Halloween, celebrating Halloween or Valentine's Day. You're not gonna see that, man, because that will be upholding righteousness. Instead, you see the exact opposite. So that tells you that wickedness is abounding. Wickedness is seemingly to have gotten the advantage, man. All right, but it says, verse 13. And look at what the Lord is going to do to that man of low degree. It says, and lifted up his head from misery, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him.
That's right.
You got it.
You got it. Huh?
Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and the way of good works are from him.
That's right. That goes into Wisdom of Solomon, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon.
Let me get it for you.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7, I believe.
Gotcha.
Uh, uh, uh,
All right. You want me to start here? Or you want to
Did you have something over there?
back in that Sirach? You want me to stay here?
You can finish the Sirach and then we can bring that last one out.
All right.
Yeah.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11. I'm going to read the last one again. It says, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the law are of the Lord. Love and the way of good works are from him. So the Lord controls both sides, man. Prosperity and adversity.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's a balance. Prosperity is getting the advantage. Adversity is being set back. All right. It says life and death. That's a balance. The Lord controls both. Poverty and riches, whether you be low or high, the Lord controls that. Just like the Lord controls who's ruling and who's being oppressed over. Who's the slave and who's the slave master. Who's the underdog and who's the favored in this society. But we know that we're underestimated by the world. Get that word underestimated. Right? We're underestimated by the world, but we're favored by Yahawashi. But this is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7 when you get it out. This Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
That's right. So the man, the underdog, shall stand boldly against those, who slandered him, who made fun of him, who counted counted him to lose. All right. And this is the definition of underestimated, Shalakia. It says estimated something to be smaller or less important than it actually is. All right, so that's what the people, they underestimate the scriptures. They underestimate the men,
Prophecy, yep.
prophecies, and men who teach it. You know,
Oh, this is just a slump we're in. This is not. This just this inflation that's going on. It's just gonna pass.
yo,
Then they try to use scriptures. Oh, this too shall pass to try to justify it.
right,
Man, it's not talking about these prophecies will stand. The scriptures say be circumspect. All right, redeeming the times, knowing what the will of the Lord is. Man, how do we redeem the times? Through prophecy. So these prophecies will tell you what the will of the Lord is, man. And when they come to pass, you shall surely know that the Lord has spoken. Okay? It says, verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they had looked for.
that's right. So when they see it, they shall be troubled. They're gonna be troubled by the sight of the chariots, man.
That's right.
All right, they're gonna be afraid. All right, um, and amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. The him getting beamed up into
They
those chariots.
underestimated him.
Yeah,
They underestimated Yahawah man.
right,
Ultimately.
really, yeah.
Ultimately, by
The words,
underestimating us, yeah?
yep,
You got it, huh?
that's right. It says of his salvation so far beyond all they looked for. So they weren't looking for it. They underestimated it. Like
Yeah.
the definition we just brought out.
You had any more in the definition?
Let's see. It says to misjudge, to
Mm.
miscalculate,
Ooh.
to misread. All right. Um, to undervalue.
Mm. Undervalued, man. If that ain't us in this society, man, who
Yeah.
is? We're the undervalued, man, the underdogs.
Exactly.
Counted out.
Yep. Belittled. Yep. All right.
Yep.
You got it, huh?
Verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach.
right. So this is the man that we seen on the highways and the byways, straight to the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Or this is my son or my grandson or my
Yeah.
nephew who spoke to me about these things, but I despised it.
Scoff.
I undermined his thought. I undermined his what he was saying, man. I didn't count it as important for me to, I didn't think it was gonna be beneficial for
I
me.
devalue them.
Yeah, that's right.
You see? So it says, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
That's right.
How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
That's
Ooh.
right. So it says we account his life as madness. All right. The things that we do to try to be, in good stance with the Lord.
Yeah,
They look at it as strange or weird. You know,
yeah.
and
What are you doing fighting back? You took your record is 0 in 1,000, 144,000,
right,
143,999. But guess what? King David said, I would rather be the doorman in the house of my Lord than to sit with the wicked man. All right?
uh,
But it says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? And that's the underestimation of the society, man. We're numbered among the saints, even though we look like this, even though we're in this lower state of this low degree, man. Underestimated by the world, but favored by Yahawah by Sham Yahawashi. You got anything up?
where you at?
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 5.
Uh, that's it.
Let me take this out.
Yeah. With that, Lord willing, that this video has been edifying. All right, we're gonna give all honor and glory to
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
by
Bashem,
Shem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua, by
Bashem,
Shem,
Kakwadash.
Kakwadash.
All right, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. All right, peace and safety to the men, women, and children of the hopeful elect and all those who have been watching. All right, till next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, Abba Abal.
Ababa Ball.
All right, Lord willing that we see you, this Friday. All right.
Shalom.
Shalom,
Shalom.
shalom.
Till next time, Shalom.